Did you know that one of America's most notorious serial killers was once described as handsome, intelligent, and even charming? Ted Bundy wasn't the monster people expected, at least not on the surface. But behind that smile was a darkness so deep, it would change the face of criminal psychology forever. Ted Bundy looked like the last person you'd ever suspect. He wore suits, drove a Volkswagen Beetle, and spoke with confidence and poise. Friends, professors, and even police officers described him as polite, articulate, someone who could have been your neighbor, your classmate, or your coworker. But beneath that calm exterior, Bundy was hiding something horrifying. Between 1974 and 1978, he embarked on a killing spree across multiple U.S. states: Washington, Oregon, Utah, Colorado, and Florida, leaving behind a trail of missing women, grief, and unanswered questions. What made him so dangerous wasn't just what he did, but how normal he seemed while doing it. Bundy represented a contradiction that terrified America. How could someone so normal commit such unspeakable acts? This was a man who volunteered for political campaigns, studied law, and even helped with crime prevention programs. He could charm anyone: police, journalists, even his own victims. Bundy often pretended to be injured, wearing a fake cast or sling, asking young women for help loading something into his car. Once they approached, his mask slipped, and the horror began. For years, Bundy moved through states like a ghost. His crimes didn't follow a single jurisdiction, making it nearly impossible for law enforcement to connect the dots. He changed his appearance frequently, used fake names, and manipulated anyone who came close. And as the disappearances piled up, so did the fear. Parents warned their daughters not to walk alone. College campuses changed their safety protocols. But Bundy always seemed one step ahead. So how did Ted Bundy become one of America's most infamous killers? Born in 1946 in Burlington, Vermont, Bundy's childhood appeared ordinary on the surface, but psychologists later suggested early signs of deception and detachment. He was intelligent but emotionally cold. He learned early how to mimic empathy without ever truly feeling it. By his 20s, Bundy developed a fascination with control and domination. He often stalked college campuses, targeting women who resembled someone from his past. Long hair parted down the middle, soft-spoken, trusting. Each crime was calculated, deliberate, and frighteningly methodical. He kept trophies, reminders of his control. And when he was finally arrested in Utah in 1975, police found handcuffs, rope, and a ski mask in his car. But still, many refused to believe he was capable of murder. After escaping custody twice, once from a courthouse library and later from a jail in Colorado, Bundy fled to Florida. It was there, at the Chi Omega sorority house in January 1978, that his crimes reached a horrific climax. He attacked multiple women within minutes, killing 2 and injuring others. This time, there were witnesses, and Bundy's reign of terror was finally beginning to unravel. Bundy was captured again on February 15, 1978, in Pensacola, Florida, driving a stolen car. When officers asked for his name, he simply said, "I'd rather not." But soon, the truth emerged, and so did the scale of his crimes. He was connected to murders across at least 7 states, though the exact number remains unknown. Bundy himself confessed to over 30 murders before his execution, but investigators believe there could be many more. His trial was one of the first to be nationally televised, a true crime spectacle that gripped America. He acted as his own lawyer, cross-examining witnesses, smiling for cameras, even proposing marriage to a woman during the trial. It was chilling, a man on trial for murder still performing for attention. Bundy was sentenced to death in 1979, and as he sat on death row, psychologists studied him, trying to understand what made him tick. Was he born evil, or did something inside him break over time? Ted Bundy was executed in the electric chair on January 24, 1989. Outside the prison, crowds cheered as the news broke. For many, it was justice served. But for others, investigators, psychologists, and the families of victims, it left haunting questions that still linger today. Bundy's case reshaped the way law enforcement handles serial crimes. It led to improved coordination between police departments and the creation of behavioral profiling, tools still used today by the FBI. But perhaps Bundy's most terrifying lesson is this: evil doesn't always look like a monster. Sometimes it wears a smile. If you found this case as chilling as we did, check out our next episode, Inside the Mind of a Serial Killer, where we explore the psychology behind these crimes. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your theory below. What do you think truly drove Ted Bundy to kill?